My name is Crystal Bobb-Stemple. I am the owner of Brownstone Books and a neighborhood resident.
Esmeralda Simmons, Executive Director, Center for Law and Social Justice. What the Constitution requires is that every 10 years, the federal government should go out and count everybody living in the United States and its territories.
I've heard that the response has not been good. In fact, I've heard that we've had one of the worst responses in the city and as well as the country, and I have to admit being pretty baffled by that. I was very surprised to hear that was the case.
Every time you don't fill out the census form, it decreases the amount of funds that are coming to your community for essential services like health care and education and mass transit funds. So you're not filling out the form is actually hurting you and your family. Just as significantly, the federal census data is used to determine which states how many representatives in the House of Representatives each state gets. New York is at a crucial stage. We're poised to either lose 1 or 2 representatives, congressional representatives, and that will all depend on what the total number is in the census for New York State. Once you put your name in on the form, they don't ask you anything about Social Security, and they don't ask you if you're legally in the country.
So for instance, if we find that there's a population of people where language or culture or immigration status is in fact the reason for their hesitancy, whether or not we're able to send people out that sort of speak to those areas of concern.
So it's completely confidential. Your name will not be given to anyone. No one sells a list or anything like that. It is not too late. The best way to respond to the census is by mailing in a census form. However, because there are a good number of people that have not filled out the census form and sent it back, the federal government has now hired an army of people to go around and knock on people's doors who have not sent it back in, and those people are called census enumerators. They're knocking on people's doors and asking them the same exact 10 questions that are on this census form. If an enumerator comes to your door, you don't have to let the enumerator in, but you should answer the questions right at the door, and or if you're more comfortable within your home, and then fill out the form with the census enumerator.
I do want to say that if people knew the importance of it, they would respond. I found great response once people have the information. I have a lot of faith in the neighborhood, and I think that if we push and ask, people won't say no.